Tell you what's changed in the Audi Q3.
Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I am Soni. That Mercedes-Benz has just launched the GLB and EQB in India, and we take a drive in both of these SUVs to tell you just what differentiates it from the other, of course, apart from the powertrain.
The first time Mercedes-Benz India showed us the new GLB was almost 3 years ago in Utah. That was the time when we drove the new GLS for the first time. Now the GLB has taken an awfully long time to come to the Indian market, but now that it's here, you can make a choice with 3 powertrain options. You can get a 1.3 petrol, a 2-litre diesel, or for the first time, an all-electric EQB, which we'll come to in a bit. If you are considering either of the internal combustion engines though, I think the diesel makes more sense. You see, both these engines are mated to gearboxes that aren't exactly the quickest in the business, but they're quite predictable. They do their job rather well. They get on with their daily chores quite nicely, and even out on the highway or in the twisties, they're pretty good. But at the same time, the diesel engine feels a lot sprightlier than the petrol. It also seems to spool up the turbochargers much quicker. That power feels more on tap. Of course, it's all because of the 400 Newton meters of torque that it has on offer. There is a bit of that diesel clatter. It's not as refined as the petrol, but it's just the punch that it gives you that makes it the nicer engine or the nicer car to drive. Also, with a car like this, the 400 Newton meters of torque makes a lot more sense because this is a 3-row after all. You heard that right. 3 rows of seats. An idea that was borrowed from the GLS, and one that bumps up the practicality quotient that one traditionally expects from a Mercedes-Benz B-Class car. Here I am in the 3rd row of the GLB to show you that the knee room is adequate. You sit in quite a bit of a knees up position, and because the roof sort of tapers in, tall people are going to have a hard time in here. And there is no 3rd row of AC vents anywhere. So for some it might feel a bit claustrophobic, but I think this is a small cabin. It shouldn't be that big a problem. So the space that I showed you in the 3rd row was with the 2nd row set to, I'll not say my preference, but to a position where I have comfortable knee room. Also, the headroom is actually quite good, so anyone taller than my frame of 5 feet 8 shouldn't have a problem at all. I think up to 6 feet 3 should be fine in here. The headroom is actually quite good. Even the windows, the glass house is nice and large. And if you want more light, you can always open up the panoramic sunroof and let more natural light fill in. So overall, I'm pretty impressed out here. The only thing that I would want better in terms of the comfort or the seating comfort is the contouring of the seats. I think it could have been a little better, and even the cushioning could have been a little softer. It's a bit too firm for my liking. But otherwise, nice place to be in. The 2nd row seats are a bit of a give and take though, because these seats also fold flat. But I wonder how many will actually do that. Unless of course you need to carry a full-size refrigerator. By the way, the boot space in a 5-seat configuration is only marginally lesser than a GLC. Some of the notable features include the 2 large screens, hard disk storage for navigation maps, wireless charging, plenty of USB-C ports, seat kinetics for the front seats, and even a car wash mode inspired by the GLS, which automatically closes all the windows, the panoramic roof, and also switches off the wipers to prepare the car for a wash. If only this car had the front massage seats too. Well, that's wishful thinking, but the package would have been just perfect. Because you see, despite the reclining rear seats and the space that this car offers, this is still going to be more of a self-driven car. And while I already told you that it's the diesel that makes more sense, I think the variant to get is the 220d 4MATIC. Not only does it get you those stunning AMG wheels, but it also gives you the opportunity to traverse some rough terrain if you so wish.
We'll be back momentarily to tell you about the Mercedes EQB. Stay with us, you're watching Overdrive.